Peace, y'all. Peace. Campaign live, campaign show, early edition, pre-Ramadan. Peace and blessings. Ramadan Mubarak to all the Muslims, and just peace to everybody in general. Um, you just seeing up today's breaking news regarding Trump. Trump crashes out on President Zelensky of the Ukraine. Donald Trump, the Trumpster, crashes out on Zelensky. And my question to y'all is this scripted or is it real? Do y'all think this is scripted? Do y'all think it's real? What are y'all thoughts on it? We're gonna do a reaction to it, and because I gotta be somewhere shortly. So that's why I'm on here early this evening. So we're gonna get right into it. I want to get y'all's thoughts. Do y'all think this is scripted? Do y'all think it's real? Um Personally, I think it's real. It might be some scriptedness to it, but I think for the most part, it's real. It's more real than it's scripted. I'm not saying that none of it is dramatization, but uh, let's look at it. Uh-oh.
It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred.
So he's saying that publicly. So fair use. He's saying that publicly in a live press conference or live meeting at the White House with cameras and microphones and the whole world watching. He's saying that Zelensky got a lot of hatred. And that's rough business right there for a president to be saying. So I don't know how, I'm not saying it's not scripted, but that's different right there.
On the deal. It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred.
Wow.
And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with him either.
Yes, contract. Yes, but after that, he broke this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what?
He said, I think it's disrespectful. He's saying, see all them cameras, see all them boom mics, the microphones. This is a whole press. So knowing what we know, or knowing what we heard, and what we know about Trump's feelings about the media, mainstream media, fake news, he wanted them to see this. So I don't know how scripted that is. It's intentional. I think it was intentional, but I don't know if this is scripted or not. He wanted us to hear and see the posture and the argument or the case that my man right here, Zelensky, has been making after being given $300 and something billion by Biden and Obama. So I don't know if this is scripted.
Problems we have.
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
You bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Oh, that's not a good look. That ain't gonna really work nowhere. That type of scriptedness ain't really gonna work too much of nowhere, unless dude already kissing the ring. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't gonna jump. Anything is possible, but based on dude's relationship, as you see right here, I got Elijah Muhammad's prophecy that England will trick America into war, and I believe this is the fulfillment of it. England in the form of the UK, the United Kingdom, of which England is basically the leader of, the lead nation of the UK is England, London, England. And they're the ones that's backing Zelensky this whole time, putting the pressure, and they support, but trying to trick America into fitting most of the bill with the money and with the soldiers and arms and equipment and weapons. So Trump been saying he ain't having it, but to me, this don't seem like it's scripted.
Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
You don't know that. Don't come in here tell us what we gonna feel. Like we gonna feel the pain. We gonna feel the pinch of it later on. Y'all cool right now, but y'all gonna feel the pinch of this if you don't do things my way. That's basically what he's saying. He coming into the White House with his arms folded, telling Don Corleone and Michael or Tom Hayden what he gonna have and what he not gonna have.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what
Remember
you're
this.
doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now.
Say, I'm telling you, you're gonna feel the influence. Oh wait, that's a PISS in contest. PISS in contest now.
Now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. But right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. That don't, I mean, like I said, we'll see. I don't know. I ain't never seen this type of scripting before. I ain't never seen this one before.
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No.
Have you said thank you once this entire time? So this is, to me, this is what they really talk, like how they talk behind closed doors when it ain't no cameras and microphones. But Mr. Locker Room Talk himself and Mr. Fake Media, anti-fake news media, wanted all of us to hear that or hear this and see the arrogance or see the cockiness of whoever has been backing up Zelensky, which of course is the UK and the small caps. UK is basically my man right here. That's my man right here, and we'll get to that too. Pope Francis suffers a setbacks and now on ventilation, so we'll get to that.
In this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly.
He's trying to clown. Now he acting like, okay, since we know the cameras is here, you think just because you speaking very loudly that you saying something correct, or say now you playing games. So allegedly he got kicked out the White House, but we're gonna play. It's more of this. So
your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone. And we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't been alone. You haven't been alone. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment.
Man, he pushed him a low key. You see, he just pushed him, like trying to make him be quiet. He literally pushed them. I thought they was gonna squab like in Korea or China or wherever they be in there. $350 billion, and Biden and Kamala Harris didn't have nothing for reparations, nothing for black people. Do you support reparations for black people? Well, listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and they found 350 Bs out of nowhere for this dude, and he not even Israel. He came out of nowhere getting 350 billion.
Equipment. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something.
Maybe less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. That's Godfather talk. I'm just letting y'all know. If y'all never heard powerful, I ain't gonna, I gotta watch my language, but powerful world leaders and rulers that have their finger on the button of people's demise. That's what you heard right there. It's gonna be very hard to do business with this person. Whenever you hear a boss, if you ever seen The Godfather, if that slips out his mouth, then you already already should let you know what's coming next.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong.
Rather than trying to fight it out in the American media, which you don't seem to realize is target number 1, 2, or 3 of this president. He hates the American media. He hates the mainstream media. That's one of his main targets. So you trying to, prance around while Biden was still in power and funneling you them 350 Bs, you was trying to take advantage of American media and run your propaganda campaign through Biden. But now this ain't Biden no more. And Trump, Mr. Anti-fake news media ain't having it.
We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on. I
think it's good for the American people to see this. Ooh, wow, this ain't scripted. This part ain't scripted. I'm going to have to go on a ride with the orange man on this one. I don't say that he loves us, but this is real S's casting out S's right here.
Very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire. I want a ceasefire because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
He said with guarantees. I want a ceasefire with guarantees. Have y'all seen The Godfather? There's no guarantees, Michael. You know what I'm saying? I can't guarantee you anything. Like, man, y'all should go watch The Godfather after this. Go watch The Godfather 1, especially Godfather 2, Part 2.
Or people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me.
That it was your president. Like, he got something like, wow, my man, like he said, he's saying all the wrong stuff. So either he's about to get an Academy Award for his acting, or he gonna be like Luca Brasi. He's gonna be sleeping with the fishes pretty soon.
That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards, but without us, you don't have any cards. We had a meeting today, as you know, with President Zelensky, and I would say it didn't work out exactly great from his standpoint. I think he very much overplayed his hand. We're looking.
See what I'm saying? That's gangster talk. I just got to call it what it is. I'm not talking about gang banger talk. I'm not talking about street thug gang banger talk. No, this is gangster talk. Boss, organized such and such, world ruler gangster talk.
Looking for peace. We're not looking for somebody that's going to sign up as strong power and then not make peace because they feel emboldened, and that's what I saw happening. I'm looking for peace. We're not looking to go into a 10-year war and play games. We want peace. And it was just my impression that if we do that, if we sign up, he's looking for something that I'm not looking for. He's looking to go on and fight. We're looking to end the death. 2,000 people died this week. Soldiers, more than that, but 2,000 approximately people died this week. Young Ukrainians and Russians. And somebody would say, why do you care about Ukraine and Russian soldiers? I care about them. I care about everybody. We're not doing that. Now, if we don't do anything, he's going to have to make peace, but he's dealing with a very weak set of cards. If we sign, he's dealing with a very strong set of cards, and then he doesn't want to make peace. So that's where we are. It's very simple. I'm not looking to get into anything protracted. I want immediate peace. President Putin is going to want to make, and he wants to end it. And you saw what I saw today. This is a man that wants to get us signed up and keep fighting, and we're not doing that.
Man, yeah, that's deep. So Trump is aware of the military-industrial complex and the deep state and the war hawks, the war machine, the warmonger machine. Not saying that he ain't willing to do that for his own purposes, but he knows that these ain't his purposes. If he gonna fight long wars or whatever, he gonna do it for his own purposes, his own camp's benefit. So he know that this camp that's being benefited is the small caps. This camp is the UK, which is the first small cap, the original, this small cap. That's the top small cap. You know, the Zionist is under him. The Zionist is his little buffers. That's the top small cap. That's who calling the shots from UK.
For this country.
England.
What?
From England. So he ain't with that war program, but unfortunately he's outnumbered. He's outnumbered by his big brother Satan's and the deep state elite, and the dragon and his angels is far outnumbers this. You know, so the Bible say, if Satan cast out Satan, how then shall his kingdom stand? It won't, and it's not, and that's why the fall of Babylon, or Babylon is fallen, or the fall of America is upon us. This is great. The American people would love this, but the rest of the satanic world don't love this. And you about to see how the UK, led by England, is about to trick America into this war.
What does Zelensky need to restart talks with you?
He's got to say, I want to make peace. He doesn't have to stand there and say about Putin this, Putin that, all negative things. He's got to say, I want to make peace. I don't want to fight a war any longer. His people are dying. He doesn't have the cards, just so you understand it, okay? I can tell you.
But he do have the cards. He got this man. This is the high joker right here. That's the high joker. That's who owns the cards. And we about to see that in a minute. And I'm not just saying this individual because he's individually on his way out, but his tentacles, his replacements, you know, is gonna take over, and they're gonna run it with Trump. They're gonna run it with Trump. They're gonna force Trump and America into this thing that they don't want to be in.
Tell Zelensky to leave the White House.
I don't have to tell you that. I think you know the answer to that. You can't embolden. He's got to say, I want to make peace. I don't want to fight a war any longer. His people are dying. He doesn't have the cards, just so you understand it, okay? I can tell you.
Did you tell Zelensky to leave the White House?
So, what did you tell Zelensky to leave the White House?
I don't have to tell you that. I think you know the answer to that. You can't embolden somebody that does not have the cards, and all of a sudden that person says, "Oh, well, now I can keep fighting. We're not going to keep fighting. You're going to get the war done, or let them go and see what happens. Let them fight it out."
Yeah, that ain't scripted. I do not believe. I ain't gonna just absolutely say it, but my spider sense, rider sense, my God sense, that's not scripted.
I want anybody that's going to make peace. If he's capable of making peace, which he may or may not be, but I want somebody that's going to make peace. Again, he doesn't have the cards. When we sign up, he's got all of the cards. That doesn't mean he can fight. He's got to stop the fighting, stop the death. He's losing hundreds of thousands of soldiers. It's time to stop the death. They should.
And the cold part, he knows the right words to use. He keep on saying peace, peace. We want peace because you got to hide behind that word. You got to hide behind peace. Everybody is going to agree with the word peace, even though, they real tactics behind the scene be just the opposite. But he knows the media game. He knows what you're supposed to say in front of these cameras, because who's going to debate him? What liberal Democrat opposition is going to debate or disagree with him about peace? So he know what trigger words and what key words and hot button words that he's supposed to say. Peace, peace, peace. And ain't nothing you can do about it, because he's putting dude on blast by making him, say that he don't want peace. No, we got to keep fighting. So yeah, this is called this chess. This is not checkers. This is chess.
Have an immediate ceasefire. That was the other thing he didn't want to do about ceasefire. A ceasefire could take place immediately. A contract, if you want to end the war, you sign up an agreement. That's going to take a period of time. It takes time. I want it to end immediately. And I think if you had a ceasefire, it would be a ceasefire, a real one, that would end it. But he doesn't want to do that. That's fine. Do a better deal. I want it to end immediately. I want a ceasefire now. He says, "Oh, I don't want a ceasefire." Well, all of a sudden, he's a big shot because he has the U.S. on his side.
Oh, all of a sudden, he's a big shot. In other words, you a tough guy. All of a sudden, you a tough guy or a wise guy. That's what he's saying, man. Do y'all know gangster language? Do y'all know Godfather Don, language when you hear it? I got to run that back a little bit. Hold on a second.
Now, he says, "Oh, I don't want a ceasefire." Well, all of a sudden, he's a big shot because he has the U.S. on his side. Either we're going to end it or let him fight it out. And if he fights it out, it's not going to be pretty.
And all of a sudden, he a big shot because he got the U.S. on his side because he had the U.S. on his side because of Obama and Biden. That's the big shot. Yeah, he came up 350 billion in all kind of state-of-the-art weapons. So I would feel like a big shot too. I would be on there with my arms crossed too, because whatever influence sent him there to get that from America, that's the muscle that's backing him up. Zelensky ain't there by himself. He a puppet of a stronger muscle man. He's a puppet of a stronger puppeteer. That's why he in there with it by himself with his arms folded. Man, I hope y'all see what's going on.
Because without us, he doesn't win. Let me tell you.
Are you considering cutting off military aid to Ukraine?
It doesn't matter what I'm considering. I'm just telling you. You saw what I saw today.
She said, "Are you considering removing military aid from Ukraine?"
Without us, he doesn't win. Let me tell you.
Are you considering cutting off military aid to Ukraine?
It doesn't matter what I'm considering. I'm just telling you. You saw what I saw today. That was not a man that wanted to make peace. And I'm only interested if he wants to end the bloodshed. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow, y'all saw it. He said that's not a man that wanted to make peace. So he's hip. He's hip to the trick that they're trying to set him up with. He knows the prophecy. Surely he knows the prophecy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, saying that England will trick America into war. And if you outnumbered by too many big brothers, wicked scientists, military scientists, then it's really not too much you can do. You will get tricked. You will get pulled into war, whether you like it or not, whether it's from Zelensky or whoever. If they outnumber you and they're wiser than you, this man, this seat, it's not him as an individual, but that seat, like the seat of the president, the seat of this seat right here is far wiser than any military scientist of the white world. This is the head. This is the leader of it all. So if he say you going to war, you going to war. Just point blank. So if he said that, if he gave that order already, I don't care if he already is deceased and they faking it, acting like he on a ventilator. He probably already deceased, but they not going to give us the satisfaction of saying that until, March or something like that. But that's the one that called the shot. And like I posted yesterday, let me see if I can find this dude. But y'all, well, I ain't going because I got to get out of here. But they got a black pope, the first black pope in history, on deck to replace him. Same way that America used Obama and tried to use Kamala Harris, used General Colin Powell. What do you think if they replace him with a black pope? What do you think that's for? Whose face would you think they're using that for to come against who? If he represents Christ, is he really Christ's representative or is he the anti-Christ representative? So if Christ is really, Jesus is really black, and then at the last, the very last one of them, at the end of the time, at the end of his time, he was cast out of, the heavens onto the earth, and he was furious because he knew that he had but a short time. So my last nominee or last anointing is going to be a black pope. What y'all think that's all about? Well, I got to dip up out of here. God willing, if it ain't too late, because Ramadan starts tonight or tomorrow. So Ramadan Mubarak to all the Muslims. Happy Savior's Day. Peace and blessings to y'all. And hopefully I can get back on here before it get too late. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and see y'all shortly. Peace.